Hi everyone, Gordon here. Today we'll be talking about uh, keyboard shortcuts for a computer and for Microsoft Word. So I think before we start talking about that, I think it's important we first talk about keyboard. So because in order for you to type, you use a keyboard. So now, there are two major types of keyboards, either for laptops or for desktops. Now, there is a keyboard which is compact. Usually, this keyboard is used on small laptops. Then there's also a full-size keyboard. Now, on a full-size keyboard, you have almost everything that you need. You have function keys. Function keys, those keys which are labeled F with a number. So they are from F1 through F12. On top, you have function keys. On top, I mean, the first row actually, in most cases, the first row of your keyboard is a row of function keys. Although some keyboards are different, full-size keyboards for that matter. But even small, compact keyboards also have function keys. In the next video, I'll be explaining the use of some of these keys. So now, on the right side of the keyboard, you have what is called a number pad. So you have 0 up to 9 numbers on that number pad. So this is useful for people who work, for example, in a bank, because in most cases they deal with numbers. Accountants, in most cases, they deal with numbers. So numbers have been grouped together on the right side of the keyboard, so that makes life much easier. Then you also have the usual ones, like the row. After the function keys, you have another row of numbers. These numbers work just like the numbers on the number pad, so they are not different from them, or that they are positioned differently from the number pad. So this makes work easier. Say, for example, if you are that person who uses the say Microsoft Word, Microsoft, and all these other word processors, you use them frequently to create documents like letters, reports, writing articles. So the number, instead of you switching to the number pad, you just go to the number row, which is on top of the letter character keys. Now, when it comes to the compact keyboard, you don't have most of these. You don't have a number pad because of the size of the computer. Because if you are going to have all these, they cannot fit on your on that small laptop. There are also other keys sometimes you will see missing, like the keys for volume, for brightness, and so on and so forth. So now let's talk about shortcut keys. So the first shortcut keys we are going to talk about is a set of shortcut keys which are used for Windows itself. So regardless of the version of Windows, be it Windows XP, I don't know if there are still people who are using Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, 10, and now Windows 11. So all these, the shortcut keys are pretty very much the same. Now, What are these shortcut keys? Shortcut keys is in most cases are a combination of keys. In most cases is an order key with the probably control shift. So it could be an order. So sometimes you press an order key, control and shift at once, then on any other key, then something will happen. Or sometimes it's a combination of two, either an order key and another key, a control key and another key, a shift key and another key. So it can also be a combination of any one of these three, any one or two of these three with another key, or all of these three with another key. So this is how it works. But now, why should we use them? No, they just make work easier. There are many things that you can do or that you can use these for instead of using your mouse to click on certain things or typing a command in order to, for example, to shut down your computer, to restart your computer, to close a window, and so on and so forth. So in order for you to do things faster, so just a combination of those keys, then that function is performed. Now, let's go directly to these shortcut keys and see what they are able to do. So now, for example, if you want the first combination of shortcut keys I want us to look at is Alt and F. So the key Alt and F, like you can see in the picture there, when you press it, when you press your finger on the Alt key, don't release it. Then straight away press the letter F simultaneously. So when you do that, if there was a window which was open, then it will automatically close. So that window is going to close. Yes, the other key is Alt and Tab. When you press Alt and Tab, you'll be switching through programs like you can see here. So if you have, say, for example, 3 or 5 documents, when you press an order, then later on, just press once on Tab, while your other finger is still pressing on order, it will bring the second open document. Then when you press on Tab again, it will bring the third one. So if there are 5, then it will be running through all those. So this is how we use that. F1 helps you to just F1 itself without anything else. So it helps you to view help information about a Windows program. So if there is anything that is open, you press F1, it's more likely that it will give you the help of that program. So you'll be able to read and see things which can help you in how to use that program. Then, if, for example, you clicked on a file and you pressed F2, it will highlight the name of that file, and thereafter you can rename it. So in short, it's used for renaming. So then the F5 you use it to refresh the current program window. So if say for example you're typing in Microsoft Word, in Excel, or just any other program that is open, and then you press F5, then that will be refreshed. Even when no program is open, if you press F5, that means it will refresh Windows itself. Control D it will help you with a bookmark. To bookmark the current page on most of the internet browsers. So immediately you press Control without releasing your finger, the other finger press on D. So you do that simultaneously, then you will see that will be in that browser, you'll be able to, it could be Chrome, Firefox, and all these other, most of the web browsers, you'll be able to create a bookmark. We'll be explaining those things later on. What is a bookmark, what is, how it is used, and so on and so forth. Then Control N. So when you want a new blank document in most of the software, or you want to open a new tab in most of the internet browsers, just press Control, then without releasing that finger, also press on N. Then it's either a new tab on a browser will be open, or if it's a document, then a new page will be opened. When you, say for example, you are using Microsoft Word, or probably it's a browser, or any, then you press on Control and A. Again, simultaneously, you press on those two keys. Then everything, all the text, and probably also the pictures on that page are going to be selected. For most of the programs, when you press Control S, that means you are going to save that program. Control Z will undo the last action which you performed in most of the programs, while Control Y will redo, is the equivalent of clicking on the button redo on your in your program. Then when you press the Windows button, is the equivalent of pressing on the same button which you see at the bottom of the bottom left corner of your screen. So that button which you see there, when you press it, it will bring. That is what is called a start button. Then F4. When you press F4, you will be simply closing an active program. But when there's no active program, then you press F4. That means the Windows dialog box where you can choose either to restart Windows, to shut down Windows, to log out, and sometimes to send Windows to sleep, that will come, and you can actually you can either perform one of those, close or restart your computer. So sorry, that was misreading. I should have said order and F4, not just F4 on its own. So if you want to close the program, you press on order, then F4, then the program will close any open window that is there. If there are several windows, you have to repeat that function in order for all the windows to close. And if you want to shut down, if no window is open, that means when you do that, Windows itself is going to either shut down, it will bring a dialog box where you have to choose either to shut down the computer, to restart it, to log out, and so on and so forth. So that's what I really meant. Then when you press Windows key and the down arrow, this will minimize the active window. Then when you press the Windows key and the up arrow, you have seen those usually on the right side at the bottom of your keyboard. You will see that there are four arrows. So those are the arrows that I'm talking about. There's an arrow pointing up, pointing to you, which is the arrow which is pointing to the screen is called an up arrow. The one pointing to you is called the down arrow. The one pointing to the right is called a right arrow, and the one pointing to the left is called the left arrow. So those are the arrows that I'm talking about. So Windows button, and the down arrow means minimizing the the active program. Then the Windows key and the up arrow means maximizing the program. So now these are the main. There are many more others which are useful. So at this moment, I'll ask you to comment because I want to hear from you things like what other functions should I have covered? What other things do you think, or probably you would want to know how to quickly do other things on the computer by using a combination of keys, which is known as shortcut keys. Then you can also try to tell me what other programs, apart from Microsoft Word, in which other programs you want actually to know which function keys can be used. Because here I just discussed combination keys for micro Windows itself. So please remember to like the video, press there on thumbs up, then subscribe and click on the notification button so that every time I make a video, you are able to know that there's a new video. And especially for those who want to build their skills, who are actually have very little knowledge about computers, and now they will be doing a lot of typing. There are things they want to know. They'll be using a computer now frequently, doing a lot of work on it, but you don't have much experience. This is for you. So subscribe and let's move together so that you are not left behind. Then next time we'll be talking about Microsoft Windows, Microsoft Excel, how to do the formulas, and so on and so forth. We will go on like that. We'll be covering, we'll be going a little bit deeper, covering things, how to do maintenance in Windows, how to work with Android, how to, we also, like I said earlier on, how to understand things like artificial intelligence. Without going deep into it, we will try to explain what it is and all such stuff so that you are aware of these things that are happening now. Thank you very much for watching the video.